This is Paul Donovan from UBS's Global Economics Department. The words unmitigated disaster seem appropriate to use here. The US House of Representatives, having rejected the bailout of banks, has now disappeared off on a hard-earned holiday for a couple of days. Undermining global capitalism is tiring work. No official action will take place in Congress until Thursday. It seems unlikely that the current version of the bill could have passed, so renegotiations will have to take place. What was already a compromised piece of legislation becomes subject to more squabbling. In short, we're back to where we were before Senator Schumer mentioned the possibility of a bailout, on the edge of the abyss, with no very secure footing, looking over into a scenario that resembles the 1930s. Fed Chairman Bernanke is, as is widely known, an expert on the Great Depression. He must be a little surprised that Congress seems so keen to offer him the chance to supplement his academic, theoretical knowledge with direct experience. In terms of palliatives, the Fed and other central banks are throwing money at the markets. That provides some relief. It means that we do not have to add a liquidity crisis to the credit crisis, and to that extent, it's different from the 1930s, or indeed from Japan in the earlier part of its crisis in the 1990s. What are the options from here? First, central banks can continue to expand their balance sheets and to provide unlimited liquidity. There are no practical limits as to how far they can go in doing this. Second, European governments can, as the UK and Belgian governments demonstrated yesterday, continue to inject liquidity into the financial system. Third, Congress could pass a similar piece of legislation to that which it rejected last night. This seems possible, though it would require intense negotiation. Fourth, Congress could pass something similar to the Nordic bank bailout, injecting capital into the banking system. This seems to be relatively unlikely at this stage, as it would require intense renegotiation. Fifth, we could see a bank holiday being declared. President Roosevelt did that in 1933 to deal with the crisis in the banking markets, though how effective that would be in a globalized financial system remains to be seen. Sixth, we can all start reading Karl Marx. In terms of the economic consequences from the current situation, there are 3 or 4 key points. Firstly, injecting liquidity is not going to be inflationary. It is in response to a massive increase in money demand. Secondly, any delays in the current procedure are likely to lengthen the duration of the economic downturn because they create a crisis for the banking system, which will reduce confidence and the willingness to lend. In addition, we would expect to see ongoing uncertainty in financial markets, raising risk premia and ultimately reducing the trend rate of growth for the global economy. In terms of the overall economic data flow over the next few weeks, we should remember that the current crisis is not likely to affect the economic numbers for a period of 6 or 8 weeks. However, the weakness of the current economic data flow demonstrates the fact that we were going into this crisis with an already weakened global economic outlook. That's all for today. Have a good day.